What up, Facebook? This your boy Telly the Great, and welcome to the podcast. It's called the Facts Podcast. Finally, a conscious thought. Get it? The Facts Podcast. And the question I'm presenting today is I wonder if implementing a parent license and bullying laws would that change society? Me personally, I think it definitely will change society. In America, you need a license to do everything. Everything. From drive a car, kill an animal, everything you need a license for except for raise a child. Now just follow me. Let me land. Follow me with a parenting license. That will eliminate a lot of social issues that are presented to us today. Like imagine fatherless homes. If both parents have a parenting license, you know that this man signed up to be, he wanted to be a parent. This is what he's going to do. He's going to be there for the child. While he went through the classes and the courses and he wouldn't got this. He's not gonna not want to be there. Because why he doesn't have to do it. There you go. You still have your choice. You still have your free will. But that will prevent unwanted births. Again, stopping another social issue that we're having, abortions. There won't be any unwanted, it shouldn't be any unwanted pregnancies. And then it goes further down the line. Imagine now the government, the social system. That's the helping the individual, the single parent, whether it be male or female, with government assistance. That's less burden on the taxpayer. Just to start at the home. Just as far as start. I'm not talking about destroying life. You can't destroy life that's not there. That's not murder. It's not killing. It's not an abortion. It actually prevents abortions because guess what? You don't have an unwanted pregnancy. And now I know people are probably looking at me saying, how do you implement, how do we stop that? Okay. Scientifically, you know what I'm saying? Males can get vasectomies and it can be reversed. Tying a woman's tubes and some more stuff is a little bit more of a complicated process. But as far as the men, given that they fertilize the egg, if we prevent them from being able to fertilize the egg, like, we get circumcisions and we just go ahead and give them a vasectomy. And then once they pass the parenting classes and everything to be a parent, now they're able to fertilize. Because why? They have the economic strength to take care of a child. They wouldn't put themselves in that type of position. Can't no one trap them and say, hey, now you're forced to do this.
No welfare.
No welfare.
It ain't nothing fair about welfare.
None of that. Everything as far as that social thing, it will stop. And then you can start the real raising of the child in the home. Again, stopping other social issues that we see in our society. I just saw a video.
Bad parenting.
I just saw a video. This woman got jumped with her autistic son. A black woman with a black child got jumped on by nothing but other black little kids. This is the world we live in. Now I know the parents of them little children of the corn going to say they're innocent. They're misunderstood. They're good kids. Not from what I saw. They were far from good. And then to attack a grown lady with an autistic child, and then to record it, and then to have the audacity to post it for others to see, like they're going to get tiger stripes or brownie points for this. This is the society we live in. Where did it start? Can we blame the music? We can blame the music. Can we blame the movies? We can blame the movies. Can we blame television, the internet? My great grandmother told me one of the coldest things that I take with me. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't pass the buck, I'd be rich. So we can say it's all them problems and not say it's us. We can say that. We can say it's everything but us. Ask yourself this question: what's something you taught your child? Something that you can honestly say, I taught my child that. I taught him that. I taught her that. I gave them that skill. They didn't learn it from school. They didn't learn it from YouTube. They didn't learn it from television. They learned it from me. How many people can raise their hand and say that confidently? And they kid a cosign on it. They kid a cosign. Like, yeah, my daddy did that. Yeah, my mama did that. That's a cold question to present in front of yourself to talk to the man in the mirror about, and then look at society and say, I ain't contributing to this. We all contributing. And people don't want to say nothing at all. So this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna start saying something. And then probably you'll say something. And then the next person to say something. And the next person to say something. And to continue to go down the road. And then now back on this parenting license. Like I know there'll be a lot of objections, but obviously you got too many choices. And people think that eliminating choices is a wrong thing. The analogy I'm gonna contribute it to a test in school. They got multiple type of tests. They got a multiple choice test and they got a true false test. Which test is easier? If you don't know any information, which test you got more of a chance of passing, even if you're just guessing?
Multiple choice, and always choose C.
You got a 25% chance of passing that, but you got a 50% chance of passing true and false. It's only two choices. You got a better chance of passing. So with that being said, with the society, maybe we need to start taking away some choices. And then you won't have as many choices to make bad decisions. Because obviously you're not making good choices. Everybody's included. Myself. We're making bad choices. Look at the world. It's really, really bad.
So you're saying that just make sure that I have this correct.
Mm-hmm. And let me introduce this Prosperity, my peoples. You know, she's the moderator for the Facts podcast. She likes to be off camera and everything like that. But she's going to be asking questions and everything to get it deeper and dive so you can get a more visualization of what I'm speaking about, so you can let it roll around your cerebellum and form a conscious thought. Get it? And what you were saying, Prosperity? Should have introduced you earlier.
Well, no, that's fine. As you mentioned, to fish, you need a license, drive, be a doctor, lawyer, teacher, you need credentials. So you'd have to, like back in the day, take like child development courses, psychology, and everything that shapes a young human into being a productive member of society with strong values and high self-esteem and intellect. So you take classes to be a parent. And so what if I don't want a license? Because we're in America.
Mm-hmm.
We can do what we want here, pretty much. It's my body, my say.
Mm-hmm.
And how would that change anything?
How would what change?
The licenses.
How would that change?
People drive on invalid licenses.
Mm-hmm.
How would that change anything?
That's like, okay. the different respect level that it comes to the different situations with it. Driving a car is not the same thing as raising a human or training a human. I don't like the word raising. I like the word training because it's a training. You're training an individual to be a productive member of society as far as not being a criminal. That's the goal. I don't know what the goals are, but I believe that's the goal in society. So that's what we're aiming for. So, and then the purpose of the license is to attack the first initial problem. Now, there are going to be other problems that stems from it. Yes, we cross those bridges when we get to it. But the first initial problem is we're gonna get the nucleus together.
Wait, can I interrupt? So
Absolutely.
We cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, because I have to first you have to put the foundation down so you can build on it. I can't speak on hypothetical. I can just say, well, this is the initial. Then with the what if this happened? What if this happened? What if this happened? Okay, when those things happen, with depending on the situation of what occurs, it would be logical. It would be logical solutions developed for those intense situations, like a situation I'm sitting here thinking right now, as you just mentioned. What if the license is expired? Okay, so now it'd have to be a renewal process, not just one time going through. So to make sure that you're on it, because while I was just thinking about, hey, a person can sit here and say, like, what if, okay, they both get the licenses, but they're part of a supremacy group, and they out there and they go teach and preach hate and everything like that, and they disguise it real well and everything. That's an issue. But guess what? They still got the licenses and everything like that. They still did this and was productive, and their child wasn't bullying or anything like that. Because I'm gonna get on the bullying law, but they preached hate. And so now they get into society. Now they're in a position of power, but then they can still influence their power of hate. That's a problem. Now that's a more of an internal problem. That's where it's very hard for any law, any person to fix that. That's where we have to fix that inside yourself. You got to find that within yourself. If you preach hate and you hate people, even though people are making a conscious effort to change, to make it cool for everybody, but you're still that's something that they gonna have to figure out within themselves. And then if they get to breaking the law and stuff, we have ways to deal with that. We have ways to deal with that. The penal system is still in effect. It wouldn't change anything. So just like anybody, you pull a hate crime, and regardless of where you came from, now you're going to be punishable by the law.
So, like with every other license, there's a fee. So now you're saying that I'm going to have to pay a fee to have a child.
The taxpayers pay fees for people that have children that don't have jobs. The taxpayers pay fees to these systems that provide health care, food supplements, and emergency aid to people that don't have the financial income that brought children into the world. So yes, fees get paid for children every day. So if you want to have one, I feel that you should pay for one off tops. That let me know that you're serious about it.
So you're saying, Michael Jackson, if you can't feed your baby, you shouldn't
make it. And so with that being said, you shouldn't make it. So and you can't do it. So, and then you need a bunch of help from a bunch of strangers to complete the mission.
But okay, well, people are going to say like this, mm-hmm. Oh, well, I've seen people who have children, who weren't married, maybe a single household, for many different reasons. There's many different reasons why there's a single household. It's not like
absolutely. There's deaths. There's just differences between the individuals, and then where the household separates. Again, this is where I circle back to. This is the reason why the license. There would be courses to. As far as the co-parenting thing, most individuals don't know how to co-parent. They get more emotional and worried about the parent instead of the child. Again, this is where we would have to have courses as far as the psychology of it. Who are you more worried about? This is, again, people don't have these conversations and understand the dynamic of what you're putting into the world. These are the developmental stage of a child. So again, when you do separate and everything like that, we're the adults. Again, accountability. That's the word a lot of us are allergic to. So then you're worried about
accountability, the ability to count.
Absolutely, but when you go into it and you really look at the dynamic of what's going on.
No, I agree with raising a child. It's not just I feed them, I buy them stuff.
What lessons
make sure they go to school. It's a lot.
So
again, like you said, the development.
So when you unpack it and you really look at it from a whole, so right, what's the thing that adults say they have a problem with in a relationship? Communication. You can't talk to another person that's on your supposed mental level, and you can't communicate with them. So are you really communicating with your children? Are you really lacing them with the game? Are you really talking to them? Or are you only reactive? Reactive instead of proactive. Reactive means, you know what reactive means. You only speak to them when they mess up. You don't give them the rules to the game to prevent them from messing up.
Oh, well, yeah. That's a lot of parents. I mean, what would be the punishment? I guess uh, you know, consequences of not possessing a parenting license and have a child. What would that look like?
What would that look like?
I mean, because you're saying this, and
I mean, like, because this is going to be an unfavorable opinion, and it's going to seem like I'm really but I'm in the changing mind. It's not like you don't have to worry about something if you don't plan on doing nothing. You don't have to worry about doing life if you don't plan on killing nobody. You don't have to worry about these type of things if you don't plan on doing this. So if people always say, well, what if something happened? What if, okay, that means you're not constantly thinking about your life, you're not making proper moves. Again, you're still making bad choices. You have too many. Like,
so what would be the consequences?
The consequence,
I don't have a planning license and he doesn't have one. And we have a baby, but we still able to take care of this child, and we take care of this child together, and it's, somehow, beats the odds and becomes successful, and,
that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen because the guy shouldn't be able to fertilize no egg without the license. He should have been fixed at puberty, so off tops. Again, that's against the law, and we already got the law and provisions and some most stuff. So again, just like we teach people about killing people is wrong, rape is wrong, this is wrong, you're not putting that, you're not doing the societal laws that we set forth to prevent other societal things that can happen for mental abuse and everything like that, because you're not qualified yet.
That doesn't sound like dictatorship. You're telling me what to do. Who are you to say that?
So we have the evidence right now where no one's saying nothing. People have ample choices, and the percentage of single homes. When we correlate all the races, we're not just going to speak on my community. When we say all the races of the single homes, whether it be male or female, and then we just look at the combination of problems. Like I said, it's not a race problem; it's a mental problem. It's a society thought process problem. People want to say, black people do this, white people do that. I don't.
The mind is
it's the mind. It's how you think.
Mindset.
Like that, the thought of hopelessness. A lot of people live with the F it attitude. F it. I don't give a F. I don't give. That's the number one segment in my community. I don't give a F about that. And like Russell Westbrook told you, that's the problem. You don't care. That's the problem. It ain't a game. You'll complain about it, but you won't fix it.
Okay, so let's check.
So what I'll say, so just to answer your question, jail. They got these privately owned prisons that I just saw on the news that they said that they're mad and they're suing the state again, another burden on taxpayers. That now because they want their money, because they signed contracts with the state that they're gonna keep them in a certain occupancy. So now they're gonna start doing other things that that's really just off the cuff to start locking people up for no reason. That's not even gonna fix society. Might as well, since they're gonna make their money off of it, might as well put some laws in that's gonna fix society and get people to change their mind. Yeah, some people gonna buck the system just like in the military at boot camp. They're gonna buck it, but the ones that see when we make examples like, they're not playing, they'll get on board. And does it sound bad? Yeah, I said an unpopular opinion. Do you really want to fix the world, or do you want to put a band-aid on it? Do you want to take accountability for what our communities out there doing, what the world's out there doing? And when it's how we gonna fix it? Okay, let's start at the home. Let's start there. That's what every politician's talking about. Oh, the fatherless homes, this, that, and the third, but we're still allowing unauthorized reproductions.
Well, I agree. It does start at home because you learn more from imitation than education. So the children who were beating up the autistic child and the mom, I got it from you, Dad. I got it from you. That's where they get from home.
They get a lot of stuff from a lot of places. But
the initial
place is your parents, as far as what they teach and instill you about respecting people, as far as keeping your hands to yourself, emotional control. A lot of people don't have emotional control. I remember just saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. Words are hurting you sensitive individuals. A lot of you drill rappers are killing off of words. Words. You don't even know these people. This is words.
Well, words are powerful. That's what they fail to realize.
Words are
The
powerful.
power of life is in the tongue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody that don't know me and don't know me can't tell me something about me that's gonna get me super angry. I'm sorry. A person can't be like,
even if they do.
Like a person can't be like, I don't like Telly the Great. I think he is. That's cool, my dude. You know, that's your opinion. Like, I'm not gonna go ransack you. I'm not gonna shoot up your house because you don't like me. I was taught that everybody's not gonna like me. That's okay. I don't care that everyone doesn't like me. That I don't lose sleep or anything about that. And these individuals nowadays, they have a problem with individuals not liking them, a person critiquing them, a person saying something about them, a person talking about them. That's enough. Oh, you dissing me. You talking bad on the homie. You disrespecting. Disrespecting what?
This guy.
This guy what?
His football team so seriously. I mean, a team, and I'm sure no one. I mean,
shit here.
Really, it's like you take this to heart. A football game. That's, to me, is rigged.
I mean, and like,
but won't take parenting that serious.
Don't nobody take that joint serious. People sit their kids in front of TVs and YouTubes, and like they don't have nothing to teach them. That's the point. Like, you know, and then a lot of people get in here, well, what did you teach your son and this, that? Like, I've had many conversations with Mr. Scooter, you know what I'm saying? But like, as far as like I said, the reactive and proactive is very, very, it's some in our community we got to change. Some in society we got to change. Like, I didn't know he had a switch. I didn't know my 15-year-old had a gun. You didn't know I didn't know that.
Oh.
You didn't know that.
They need to come to my class.
I didn't know that Billy was building bombs in the garage. He told me to stay out of a place that I pay for all the bills.
Billy mama. But I would just do random searches. Like it was the joint. I do random searches.
Like that, but you know, it's not a race thing, because these young black guys have they have weapons in their house. So the black mothers they ain't doing no prison sweeps. They're dying under 21. So again,
well,
like I said, it's like people want to put the emphasis on color so much. It is a societal issue where people are not taking responsibility with raising their children. That's it. That's all. I don't care what color you are. You can be blue like them avatars that James Cameron is developing. You can be blue, green, yellow. You can look like it. You're not doing it. And then a lot of people, like I said, it's unpopular opinion. And then the bullying laws that I got, the proposal, you know what I'm saying? Again, this is all just my thoughts. Again, the bullying laws, I believe the parent should be more effective than the child. That'll make you start parenting. Like, I think if your kid is bullying your child, your little human, the little person that you gave your name to, your little broke roommate, whoever you want to classify that individual, if that individual bullies another kid, a child, anything like that, I feel that's breaking the law.
You don't feel you fat.
You know what I'm saying? That's breaking the law. That's assault. You're touching on somebody. If you take their possessions, that's robbery. And if you put your hands, again, that's battery. Assault and battery to rob, that's a crime. If it's done off school campus, that's the police is involved. You go into jail.
Yeah.
So why in school? Why in school that don't happen? They go home to come to school to do it again. See, like so and then I guess the parents didn't say nothing or don't care or whatever, whatnot. So now imagine this, right? Let's keep it a buck. Let's just say we start imposing fines on the parents. Imagine a $10,000 fine because your kid can't keep his hands to himself. I bet you step up to parenting then. I bet you his daddy's not around. Oh, don't trip. You know who he is. He on child. We hit him with 10,000 too. That's a $20,000 fine. I bet you that dude come out the shadows and want to be a daddy again. I guarantee it. He'll roll up out the shadows like sunlight. Let me talk to him. Boy, what is wrong with you? Then people ain't playing. And then if I don't pay, they talking about I got to go do 6 months to lose my job and everything. They try to fill up these privately owned prisons.
Bingo. Because the prisons are like hotels. They don't thrive.
And then, but then you think about it, that's society. Because when you think about the effects of bullying, kids commit suicide. Kids go kill other kids that have nothing to do with it. Nothing. They didn't even get the bullying. Our future leaders got knocked off at school because somebody didn't want to stop the problem realistically.
Yeah.
Like, and then it lets you know we ain't trying to stop problems. You're like, oh, that's out of line. What about the human? You got the rights. You're not exercising them right. Oh, it sounds totalitarian. I didn't say that. You still have the choice. It's just severe consequences. Severe. Other countries have severe consequences.
But check this out. Now, this is what really blows my mind. Back in, 1920, 1923, back in the day, up to the 1940s, back when those grandmothers and great-grandmothers were having children, they had 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 children. Was never on the unfair. That's because I call the welfare unfair because there's nothing fair about it. Never on the unfair. Didn't have a high school diploma, but they left their children something. Now, they offsprings on the welfare, the unfair. In where did it switch up? How can you have 7 children, all by the same guy, too? 7 children. By the time you're 30, never on government assistance, on your own home.
Mm-hmm.
And even though back then they little rent was $112,
right?
There's
only making 75 cents an hour,
but they made it. Was at the grocery store every week, everything, but no food stamps, nothing.
What happened? That's what you're asking?
I'm asking. So because they didn't have a parenting license, they didn't even have a 6th grade education.
They had this thing called morals. That's the thing that's lost in the community and stuff right now. Morals. And the men were a lot more involved in their families. The thing which you just sit there and answered your question. You said she had kids all by the same dude. So and a lot of women back in the day, that's what they were doing. They stuck down with the program. And as far as the program, it was a bigger mission that they understood back then as far as raising your children. That was a different mission.
Not raising, training.
It was a training. It was a different mission regarding that. It was trying to they were trying to put, because it was a different society. Because they couldn't go out and act all rambunctious and stuff back then. Why? The white boys would kill you. They'll hang you. You couldn't go outside and do it like that. So the parents taught a different credo back then as far as how to conduct yourself in society. It was a totally different time. So like you don't go out talking like that. You don't go out. You gotta hold yourself to a higher standard, because why? This is what it is right now. And so when when everything passed, as far as getting the affirmative action, everything, we as a community, we lacked on the training of our children and giving them better morals. We like when people say the other, I don't know what side, the left or right, Democrat, when people say, oh, the victimhood and stuff like that, I understand where it comes from and stuff like that. But as far as the change, now people may not like how people come with the approach about changing it, but as far as the changing it, I understand the Jim Crow, all of everything, and then I agree. Like, it is systemic racism, is everything like that. And first step to changing the problem is saying that there is a problem. A lot of people don't want to agree that there is a problem, but once we do agree, it will change. I say there's a problem. Others say there isn't. Other people my same color say there isn't a problem. There isn't a problem. It's a lack of
pull yourself
zip
up
up
by
by your
bootstrap.
bootstraps. It's a this, that, and it's a
But
lack
you
of.
cut my bootstrap.
It's a lot of that, and then it's just it depends. Like another saying, we all looking out the same window, but we got different views. We see it all differently. So I see it this way. I may get persecuted for my opinion and everything like that, but that's how I see it. I see if we take control of the home, make it where the men that are having kids, they really want to do it, because they wouldn't go through that. The regimen of going to a class and this just to have a baby, just to leave it for what? For what? He wouldn't go all this to have a family just to leave it for what?
Well, will there be any consequences for him? Because you can't guarantee that,
Yeah, I mean, it's consequences across the board. You know what I'm saying? But like, for everything, okay, so when people say, oh, so does that mean they got to stay together forever? No, didn't say that. I said to conceive a child, you have to have the proper training to know how to be a parent. You have to know how to be a parent in all forms and aspects. Like when
so you have to pass the psychological test, nutrition.
You know how to do this. You know how to communicate.
First aid.
You know how to do this.
CPR.
You know how to do this. You know how to do this. You're not brain dead and got a baby. You know how to do this. And when people say, oh, how would that change society? And again, the statistics say that the 2-parent home or the single father home produce better
single
people.
Mother. Oh.
Produce better people.
Single father?
Single father home is equivalent to a 2-parent home.
A single father.
A single father home.
But not a single mother.
No.
So what makes that distinction?
Huh?
What's the distinction?
Who make the statistics?
Well, I don't care where it came from, but what's the distinction? What makes that so?
The children that are successful. So the kids when they do the census, the kids that came from documented coming from single father homes, from either marriage, divorce, widows, or wherever they come from, they would just have their father. They do as well as children that came from a 2-parent household. Children that come from a single mother household are on the lower spectrum. They're more likely prone to go to jail and have more societal problems. Why does that happen? I do not know. You know what I'm saying? This is what this is about. We're trying to figure it out. Why does this happen? So like when you get down into, when you really, again, take a deep dive, when you look at if you look at the history, the emotions and everything like that, of what we already know about women. We say these things, but then when we have to put these things that we say into real life situations, we have a real life, what they say, accountability issue. We can say that women are emotional in this on this aspect of a situation, but we can't say they're emotional when it comes to raising children.
Training
children. We can't say that they're emotional. So the emotional aspect, we leave that out. And so, okay, so her emotions as far as how she reacts and everything like that, and not being logical and not knowing how to respond properly.
That you learn more from imitation than education. Single women are more than likely to have children, male children who are go to jail. Is that what you're saying? go to jail, be a menace. Is that what you're saying?
I say they have more. No, I didn't say that. I said they're going to have more emotional. They're going to be more emotional than a child that has more of a male influence. So if it's just coming from a single mother and everything like that, do I feel, again, my
I
opinion?
agree with that study.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel that they're going to be more. They're more emotional. They're more prone to act off of emotion and not logic. Being raised by a woman. And then if you look at if you look at this, if you take accountability, you look at society, you look at it, half of the what they call them the new nickname, the YNs and everything, they come from single homes. They come from single mother homes. So when you think about, and these are young men. So when you think about the respect level and everything, and then look how they treat the women that they date. So again,
and look at how the young ladies let them treat them.
So you have a man that you have a young man that comes from a single mother home. He sees either he respects her or he doesn't respect her, but he sees her struggle and everything like that. Then he goes out to the world and he becomes a menace and he treats women like this and leaving this, that. Is it because of familiarity? Because that's how he saw that he feels that his mother did it and raised him and make it so these women can do it without him? Is that a thought that ever run across anybody's head? Like, I saw my mom do it with me, so I can make these babies and leave. They can do it.
That's a thought. They can
make it happen. They can do it. And so when you think about people just up and leaving their children, that's what you have to like, that's some cold. That's cold. And then again, the accountability factor of it. Like women, we've been doing it for thousands of years. We've been doing it for a long time. And look at the world. You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing it forever. Okay. Look at the world. Maybe it's time for a change. Maybe like when a person's tired in sports, they sit them on the bench. That's not saying you're off the team. You know what I'm saying? You just sit down, take a drink, get you back, get you back together. But check out the game, see a few plays. Your head's not in the game right now. You was watching, you was interceptions and you're fumbling, you look tired. So we're gonna sit down, you're gonna go strip through the playbook. This is what we're trying to do. And then once you say, Coach, I can play it, we put you back in the game. People think when you get pulled out the game, you off the team. No. Guys, you gotta give you a better analogy. You can get back in, you can get your position again. You just practice some more. You see the analogies I make? And people don't want, but you can watch sports and be like, damn, what does he do in practice? He fucking sucks. Damn. What do they do in their house? Their kid fucking sucks. Practice. Sometimes you gotta time out. We gotta go to the locker room. I don't like the product I see on the field. We can't score. We can't defend. We did nothing but penalties. We're not going to the playoffs with this type of performance here. We're not going to win. We're looking at jail or hell. If you put it in real life terms, we ain't gonna hit the Super Bowl. We ain't gonna be at the pinnacle. We ain't gonna be able to shower people. We put up a weak performance, people. The performance looks horrible, but that's taking accountability. And this is my first step to help my people in the world, because like I said, it's not about the color, it's a mind thing. Take accountability.
People too.
You know what I'm saying? Because and then I know my militant brothers. I know y'all. I'm talking about. I know y'all. Well, what about the white boy? What I talked about Bradley in the garage, making the bombs. They parents too. I'm talking about everybody. The Hispanic kids that's out there gang banging and killing each other that we never see on the news, but we hear about it all the time. But we only talk about black on black violence. The white boys that kill each other. Everybody kills each other. Period.
And sorry mothers.
And then we gotta wonder why. Why is it happening?
Fathers.
We have sorry trainers. Imagine if Mr. Miyagi sucked and Daniel's son came to him. I'm getting my ass whooped. Help me, Mr. Miyagi. And he gave him some bullshit kung fu and he still went out there and got his ass whooped. Now, who fault is it? Is it Daniel's son's fault or is it Mr. Miyagi's fault? I wrote a song called Monster, and I described how people treat people, and then people become monsters. And then at the end of it, I pose a real live question: who do you blame? Do you blame the created or the creator? Who do you blame?
They see their creation.
You know,
they don't want nothing to do with it.
Who do you put to the fire? It's, but in the bullying laws, like I said, that 10 bands, that'll change your mind. That 10 bands will have you like, woo. That 10 bands will have you sick. And thank you, cuz I'm trying to change, I'm trying to do my part. And but that 10 bands, imagine that. I talk to my son. I get this. We supposed to be our whole village supposed to come together. Why? Because now I got to take out loans, nigga. This $10,000. Oh yes, this village is supposed to come together. We got to fix him. This is costing me too much. Since it take a whole village to raise a child, imagine that, right? To train a child. Forgot my word is train. It take a village to train a child. Just imagine that, right? You get that phone call. What up? How you doing today? Is this
train together?
Is this Telly the Great? Yeah, this me. We got your son here. He's down here in juvenile hall, and he's getting charged with bullying. You just been posted $10,000 fine. I say what? I got a $10,000 fine? Yeah, you got a $10,000 fine. For what? You can't control your child. He doesn't know the do's and don'ts of the society. He just committed assault, robbery, and battery. He don't know this is against the law. Why he don't know this? And he did it willy-nilly, thinking nothing's gonna happen. Maybe you need to have some conversation with him. It's like a $10,000 course. You'll step up to be a parent. I got you, Judge. I'm gonna train him a little differently. Imagine that. I have no choice because they're gonna garnish my wages. Every time I see my check, I'm gonna think about something he did. Not nothing I did. Again, I'm gonna think about what I didn't do. Not nothing I did, what I didn't do. What I didn't do was be present. What I didn't do was give him the proper information. What I didn't do is let him know this is gonna cost me a lot. What I didn't do is be there. What I didn't do is some stuff I don't want to take accountability for and look in the mirror. That's a hard conversation to have with yourself. That's a very difficult conversation. And a lot of my young black men don't like to have that conversation. They look at their products in the street and they don't know what to do. Trojans were still around. They didn't make them yesterday. You didn't feel like putting that on. Why? Too many choices.
What?
Got too many of them. Too many choices. I'm going to choose not to do this with no consequence. Like I said, you pass the test when you got less choices. You pass it. You'll get through it. Believe me, true and false is way easier than multiple choice if you don't know shit. You got a 50% chance of getting it right. Look at them odds. Play the probability. Take away some choices. But that's unheard of. You want to be too free.
So how long is this class to get the parenting license? And do I have to pay to get this license? And do I have to renew this license? If so, how often? Do you think that, like I said, and not me, I'm just telling you, they're going to say it sounds like a dictatorship and that you know.
It sounds like a new law. It sounds like the law, like how they tell me I can't smoke marijuana. That's a federally law that I can't put a substance in my body, but they can sell me prescription drugs. Just like the law, they tell me I can go buy a car and they're gonna tax me on the road I drive it on. It's a law that I gotta put registration on this car. It's a law that I gotta take my kid to school enough to give them some form of education, or I'm gonna have to go to jail for neglect. It's some type of law for everything. So when we say dictatorship and laws and everything like that, I didn't say again, it's a choice. It just has severe consequences. Period. It has severe consequences. It has nothing
about the marijuana, and that's your lungs, your body. So if I don't want this license, it's my body, and
that's fine. You just can't have children here. You can go to a different country. Just like in China, you can't do that. Oh, that's a communist country. That's fine. I'm not making, but that's the choice you have. You can have them. You just have to do this. Well, I don't want to do that. Well, you don't want to have them. Just like people that want to drive a car. You can drive, you can do it but then now you're going to deal with the consequences, the jail time. Do you want, is it worth it? No. So you're not going to do it. It has nothing to be, it's mind changing. No, it's not. No, I don't want to do that. That's stupid. That's wrong. What, making kids and I can't take care of them? Why are we not looking at that question? Why are we talking about what you can't do? So you want to talk about making chaos?
Well, I'm just saying what the people
I understand what the people say. What the people say as far as the dictatorship and all this other stuff. But when you talk about choices, look how many choices they have and look how many bad decisions they make. Eliminate some of the choices. Just eliminate some of the choices. That's it. And once some of the choices get eliminated, it should be a better. It should progressively change.
Well, I'm with it.
And then
I'll probably be getting out right about now because I wouldn't have a license.
Me too. Because if it was implemented 100 years ago, I'd be locked up right now because I didn't have a parent's license. You know what I'm saying? And I asked my son again. He graded me. He told me, gave me a C-. That's average. And so again, do people really ask their children? How do you feel about me? Am I doing okay? Because you can self-assess yourself. Oh, I'm a good parent. Who is grading you?
You sound like the police.
Who grading you? Who said?
They always investigate themselves.
Who said that? Like you, like
of course you're gonna say you the greatest parent if you grade yourself.
Like who said? Like who says that? Like I'm a good parent. I know. You don't know if you're a good parent. Nah, I don't know. I don't.
Gotta ask my children.
Let me call my son right quick. Let me get his opinion, or let me ask him from A to F. What you give a brother? And you'll C-. Damn, can I get some extra credit? Shit, raise my grade. This shit's horrible, son. Thank you for your honesty. And I appreciate it. But that's again, I can look in the mirror and see that it's a problem. I gotta fix it. That's a lot of things with a lot of people. Ego, pride, not wanting to fix nothing. If you really take a look in the mirror, like that, because I do it all the time. Like I ain't really doing nothing to really, I'm sitting here watching and I'm complaining, like because I know a lot of people when they watch it, are gonna say, well, got the negative comments. I'm gonna put it like that. I don't know what's gonna be said in your mind. I ain't got that talent yet or a crystal ball or ESP, but I do know sitting back and just not saying nothing and not putting the energy or the idea into different brains, I know it ain't gonna do nothing.
Or even putting it in the atmosphere, in the universe.
I know that it won't resonate if I just tell it to me. And I just bring my opinions to me and just write them down and look at the world. I gotta let y'all know too. But I know with some I know that's a real controversial topic, talking about instituting, regulating your sperm reproduction, what I call it, unauthorized reproductions. You know what I'm saying? That would be how I proposed the bill. I know y'all have seen that Schoolhouse Rock. I'm only your bill, sitting on Capitol Hill. That's how.
To the White House, but I wait in the line.
Get it a law, but a lot of people probably wouldn't agree. But if you don't look at because if you don't make up some fake cons in your head and talk about the hypothetical, what if people don't want to do this? That's people that want chaos. You got to think about it. Like, dang, a man that really went through that and some more stuff, he really want to have a kid, regardless of him and the wife break up and everything. He's still gonna be there. He's still gonna do that. Because like I'm gonna just again, because I watch a lot of different stuff and to give you some bomb analogies to look at things. I don't know if anybody really, before I go, know about the lions and their society. And if you don't know, I'm gonna need you to go check it out. But I'm gonna give you a quick synopsis of how they live and how they get down. Okay. The lion, male lion, if he rules the savannah for a cool 5 years, he lucky. He lucky. He good. They reign only maybe 2 to 3 years. So when he go take over another prod and some more stuff, this is that old stepdaddy question I be seeing scrolling through when I be on my TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, how women gonna tell what a real man is. They had to let you know a real man to take care of another nigga kid. All right. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying? Since you can give us the definition of a real man. But in their society, and you can say it's wrong in anything, once he takes over, the new man come take over, he eats the cubs. Oh, that's barbaric and everything like that. When you look at it from the cubs perspective, when you look at it from the other side. But then when you look at it from his side, right, his job is to be dangerous. He fits to have to protect this whole pride, the woman, everything, because she fits to be out there hunting, have to mess with hyenas, and then he got to watch somebody else's kids that she slept with. This is the wild though. You know what I'm saying? Then he got to do that. Because that's what they do in their society. He sits back here, but now he got to watch a whole nother male's lions that he defeated, that he's better than. Yeah, he got and he's expected, if this was a human society, he's expected to be a real man and watch somebody else's kids that couldn't step up to the plate. It's crazy when you think about it. Like I said, that's just in the lion society. And so when you put, so if you put that same thought process to the thing, like, damn, like, and then again, the news is out there. How many boyfriends kill somebody's kid? How many girlfriends? I remember a girlfriend went to the girl's school and picked her up and killed her. What the parents said. How many stepdaddies, boyfriends, girlfriends that's killed someone else's child? How many times? How many? I don't know. Y'all can tell me in the comments.
I see it on
I see it all the time. So when you think about
killing
that,
them and they children.
And when you think about that, you really have to think about it. Like, dang, now is this the primal instinct that comes when humans, if they want to believe evolution or whatever the hell they be talking about, that we all connected? Or is that just a general philosophy in men, in males? Is that just like we just got the laws to prevent it? I know it sounds crazy and fucked up. I would never do nothing like that, but I'm giving y'all things to look at, to reason why to make sure that the biological father want to stick around and the biological mother want to stick around, because the children are the future. I know that's a little graphic story and everything, like, but it wasn't even humans. I was talking about lions. It's just you thought about the human aspect of it. Imagine that. But we're gonna wrap it up, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, jump in the comments, like, share, follow. This the Facts Podcast, and I'm your boy Telly the Great with my moderator, Prosperity, my peoples, and y'all have a wonderful day. I'm out.
Keep it moving.